Let's call the meeting to order then. I'm Jeff Rader. I am the current chair of the Planning Economic Development Committee. I'm joined today by committee member Stan Watson. Thanks for being here, Stan.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Glad to be here, sir.
And first thing on our agenda is to consider the minutes of November 13th. Commissioner Watson, you had a chance to take a look?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, and my recommendation is that we like to make a motion, that is to approve the minutes from that meeting.
I'll second that motion, and hearing no objection, the minutes will stand approved.
All right, thank you, sir.
The second thing on our agenda is to consider a recommendation on the appointment of Michael Grover to the Perimeter Community Improvement District. Mr. Grover, please come join us at the table. And just for the information of the listening public, the DeKalb County Board of Commissioners has the authority to appoint a member to the Perimeter CID who is a property owner or representative of a property owner in the Community Improvement District. So Mr. Grover has been nominated by the PCID's board for that role, and it is our responsibility to interview him and make a recommendation. Also, for the information of listeners, Mr. Grover is the Executive Director of Governmental Affairs for Cox Communications Incorporated, who has a major presence in the Perimeter CIDs. In that role, he works in federal, state, and local policy and legislative matters, serves as an internal consultant on franchise renewal and compliance issues, serves on his company's PAC board, and monitors political contributions. Mr. Grover started his career in cable as an assistant corporate counsel for the city of Detroit and counsel to the city's cable commission. In '96, he joined Continental Cablevision as director of legal affairs for the Midwest. And after Continental, became Media One, Michael added government affairs duties to his portfolio. He moved to Georgia in 1999 and worked for Media One, AT&T, and joined Cox in 2001. He's a graduate of the University of Michigan and the University of Detroit Law School. Let's see, Michael and his husband called Atlanta, Georgia home. So thank you very much for being here today. And Commissioner Watson, do you have any questions?
No, I'd just like to hear from Mr. Grover. The only thing I have against him, he's from Detroit, Michigan, but seems like he's really qualified. Your role at Cox Broadcast?
I actually work for the Cox Communications, which is the cable side.
Okay.
The television, radio, Cox Media Group, television, radio, newspapers is a separate division. I don't work for them, and I grew up about 90 miles west of Detroit. I worked for the city of Detroit. I worked for Mayor Archer when Dennis Archer was mayor, and got my TV in cable there many years ago. It was a great job.
Excellent. I guess the last question, Mr. Chairman, is that I know that we do a great deal of work in the perimeter, and it's been one of our economic engines for the county and basically for the Southeast. What do you think some of the contributions, some of the things you like to work with the Perimeter CID board?
Well, one of right now, as you may know, Cox Enterprises is in the process of building a fourth tower for Cox Communications over on their Central Park campus, and I am on our company's MOVE committee representing the law and policy department, my department in the company to do that. So I'll be involved in that process within the company. For the overall perimeter district, one of the reasons, and I was telling Commissioner Rader that I'm having to explain that I moved from Decatur just up the street, just up the hill, about 3 months ago to Midtown Atlanta, and one of the main reasons that we moved was to be closer to a MARTA station, have a straighter MARTA shot. My husband works for the AJC, so he takes it and just to the Dunwoody and walks across the street. When we build that new tower for Cox Enterprises, I would like to have the same opportunity to just have a simple walk to the office. So one of my key questions and interests will be making sure that the pedestrian uses and that it's much more usable for folks who want to take public transportation and walk the pieces of the perimeter and get to places.
Good. Well, we certainly appreciate the contribution that the CID makes to the economy of DeKalb County. And given the confidence that the board and your company has placed in you, I think that we certainly would do well to take advantage of your services. So is there a motion?
Yes, so Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Mr. Michael Grover to the Perimeter Community Improvement District and make a recommendation to the full board of his confirmation.
Okay, so the motion is to recommend confirmation of Mr. Grover as a member of the Perimeter CID board for the DeKalb side.
Sure.
If there is no further discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. With that, I think that we're done.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I greatly appreciate it, Commissioner.
Is there any other business to come before the meeting?
I know the next meeting, we're going to have to talk about the planning calendar. But it'll be on the end. Well, it wasn't approved in December, was it?
Mhm.
It was?
It was, and then we approved a
Change to it.
amendment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in this case, it's the minutes already been.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Is this to go on the agenda on which date?
I think that it is already on the agenda for our next meeting.
Which is next Tuesday?
That's right.
And that starts at 10 a.m.?
Yes, right.
And
after
y'all
that.
do your appointments on the front end?
That's right.
Okay.
Mhm.
I really appreciate that.
Although,
It depends pretty much on how many people we have for public speaking. For the
Oh,
public.
yeah.
okay,
You did that
but
first.
let's
We have to get
confirm
there
that that
by-
gets on the agenda, because
on
I
the
know that
agenda.
we had
It's on
deferred
the
it.
agenda.
It's on
Okay,
the
great.
agenda,
Okay.
Is it expected that I be there?
It is not essential that you be there. However, if you don't want to be there, you may want to spend some time calling the other commissioners.
Okay, fair
Okay,
enough.
thank you.
Okay, I
Thank
think
you.
that
I
it
just
should be
tried
no
to
problem,
call.
but
Right.
one or the other.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so there's no other business on the agenda. Well, I'd like to take a point of personal privilege, since I won't be serving on this committee after today. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who has been a faithful follower of the committee. I hope that we have not disappointed you, and that you will continue to follow the committee and its activities. So if there is no further business or objection, we can consider this meeting adjourned.